Thank you for watching Rough Day Gaming. This is Nikki. We are on Vlogmas Day 4, and today I am bringing to you Planet Coaster. Now, Planet Coaster has been out for quite some while. If you haven't heard of this, it's been out since November of 2016, so it has been out a while. This is a fun game if you enjoy games where you can create. This is really interesting. So the whole theme about Planet Coaster is very obvious in the game. You're making a theme park. You're making a coaster park, which is really interesting. Everybody loves roller coasters, right? You can see here, this is just kind of real quick overview of all the different things. This is actually the first time I played, and there are tutorials in the game, but who goes through tutorials anymore, right? I did not. I went right into career mode, which is where you should start. I've played a little bit now, so I feel a little bit more comfortable than I did my first time. But when you get in, right here is what it tells you need to do. Attract 500 guests. Okay, once you get those done, go to the medium objectives, then go to the harder objectives. Planet Coaster actually has quite a few career modes available, so you can kind of play through the game, start to understand what it is that the game wants from you, which I think is really important, because if you just go in and you can just build a theme park from scratch, it's a little overwhelming. It's a lot overwhelming. There's a lot to do. There's also a lot of upkeep with staff, with the rides, mechanics, everything that you can think of. This has to, you have to upkeep. So it's actually very, very interesting. I've never played a roller coaster type of game, so I never played Coaster Tycoon or anything like that, so I can't compare the two. But what I can say is that I did like the choices that I had. I wanted to extend the choices a little bit, but you can also make your own roller coaster. So if you're someone that has a great imagination and you just want to go with it, you can get in here and you can make your own coaster, which I think is just nuts. If you don't like that, they also have it to where they have these big grand coasters available, not in the career mode so much, but in the open world, the sandbox edition, you can place down anything that you have the money to do, which is amazing. And the more of that stuff that you have, the more people you're going to attract to your park. This is the only thing that I didn't like. The controls are a mess. It took me so long and so much time trying to figure out what to do in the game. I wanted a little bit more, just maybe not a tutorial, but hey, this is basically a tutorial. How you place an entrance, why you need an exit. I've been on a roller coaster before, so I know that as a customer, but in this game, how does it work? You know, why, like right here, it's not letting me place this path. It took me a while to do this and a lot of researching on the internet for a game that I had only had for 5 minutes. So that was an interesting portion of it for me. I was a little confused about the movement. Also, the movement to get around the theme park is ridiculous. The controls are crazy. That took me a long time to figure out. And again, once I did, I was fine. They're just super weird. They're very weird. You can edit them, which is nice. But it is a little ridiculous to begin with. Here's one of the already made coasters that I'm just kind of editing. I'm putting some, this is my own theme park here, and I'm just putting some foliage around to make people happy. You can view the coaster, which makes me really happy. I just think that's really neat and a great way to give yourself nausea when you're watching on the computer. This is not how I think it would look when you're actually at the roller coaster park. Maybe it does. I haven't been on a coaster in a while. Maybe it is. I don't know. I certainly haven't been on any that spin. So But I love that aspect of it. So this, I think, is really interesting. Planet Coaster is a lot of fun. If you're an individual that has a lot of creativity and imagination, you can play this. Even if you don't, I think you can play this. It was just interesting for me trying to figure out exactly what the staff and what the customers needed. That's where the hard part comes in, other than the controls. The controls are absolutely ridiculous. I hated the controls. But if you like being able to do a simulation like this, I think that you would really enjoy this game. I know I have. I've spent hours and hours in it. So for buy or deny, it's a buy.